Now, of course, one other thing I'd like to add about these people saying that AI is going to take over the world, it's going to crash the economy, people are going to lose their jobs. I just don't think it's that way. Like I'm unfortunately old enough to remember articles saying that spreadsheets were going to make huge tracts of accountants redundant and they'd lose all their jobs. I don't think so. We've now got a whole stack of accountants that just use spreadsheets for their jobs. That was in the days when VisiCalc first came out. You might remember that. And when was that? Early 80s, something like that. So maybe late 70s even. It's. I just don't think it's going to happen. Your job might get replaced by someone using AI, but it won't get replaced by AI. As it's my pet hate, all these people thinking that AI is going to take over or do something. AI is not going to take over. It's not going to do something that you didn't expect or anything. People using AI might do that. They might take over your job, or people using AI might do something that you didn't expect. But the system itself is certainly not going to do that. So those fears are massively overblown. I was just reading an article saying that in a view of a bunch of economists, AI will probably boost world GDP by, I think it was 7% over the next 10 years or something like that. That sounds likely. A bunch of people will lose their jobs. If I was in the US, I'd be worried. If I was in Europe or Scandinavia, I wouldn't be worried, because they have good social security setups and arrangements for looking after people. You do the right thing there, and they'll effectively support you. And certainly we can see, if you were to predict forward in a couple of decades, I'm pretty sure there'll be not as many people working as there are now. Of course, there won't be many people alive in each country, as the populations are starting to decline in most Western countries. I don't think it's going to be to the disaster that people are talking about. They're saying like 2027, the economies are going to collapse or be mass unemployment. You look at all the people at the moment and the kinds of jobs that could be replaced by an AI, as I say, to be replaced by somebody else using an AI. There'll be some key positions that are less common, copywriting or doing some marketing or something like that. But that's unlikely to replace a lot of jobs. Probably, could be in the order of a few percent of people, and they'll probably find other jobs. There'll be other jobs that they discover on, how to use AI for doing things. And the world is moving on. It's not going backwards. There are more people employed now ever than there was, 30 years ago when computers first came out, and people thought desktop computers were going to replace jobs. Well, they didn't. They replaced a certain kind of jobs, and they created a whole new bunch of jobs. I think it's going to be like that. The world average number of hours worked in a week is certainly less than it used to be. Not dramatically so, but it's a bit less. So I think that trend's going to continue. So I think it certainly pays, and it's a good idea to understand what these new tools are about and how they work, and how you might use it in your own work. But I think the fear that you're going to be overtaken is overblowing. And likewise, as you're starting to see around the world, people with all these IT startups are starting to go under, as the initial excitement and smoke and mirrors about what it is and what it does, and agentic AI and all this sort of stuff. People are realizing, hold on, there's nothing special in this, there's nothing magic. It doesn't really replace people. It might help you to do a few things a bit better, but multi-billion-dollar valuations of startups that just happen to have a slightly different way of writing AI-based agents is not really a good valuation. And a thing, we're seeing quite a few of these startups starting to crash and burn now. Just keep your eye on the market. Keep an eye out for the technologies as they're coming, but keep wearing your skeptical hat, thinking critically about what these people are actually offering and what's available, because it's not world changing. It can be an improvement here and there for certain people, and yeah, you'll get a few people that are doing well, making some big money. They're always the outliers. They're the ones who are talking the loudest and carrying on about how good this is for them, but that's not the main story. They're the outliers, the tiny fraction of a percent who were doing that. And it's like, it's like the idea of people saying, I'm going to write a hit music song, or I'm going to write a best-selling novel. The number of people that attempt to do that and are actually successful are extremely small. And they make a lot of noise because everybody notices them, but that's part of the reason why they do well. But you need to be aware, but not alarmed about this kind of stuff. So that's just my thought on that one too.